I'm going to sit here.
Nice!
I'm going to get a drink in a second. I'm just doing this before I forget. BRB.
I'm back.
Hey.
No.
I am also back.
No.
Welcome.
No. Yeah,
Let us
I'm done.
Fantastic.
Oh,
That coincides well with the 5-minute break.
I never lost.
Understandable.
So it's an out of game thing. Are we gonna try like stealth
I'm back.
to it, or we just
Welcome
like,
back.
okay.
Stealth, you're funny.
We have some sneaky people.
Yeah, not me.
Well, yeah.
Not Mr. Clanker over here.
But honestly, it's also a point of like, if it involves like a skill, you're probably not gonna roll great anyways.
Exactly, and I have a +0 to stealth. Let
Let's
that sink
go.
in.
You guys need pass without trace just for Fred, because then it doesn't matter what he rolls, because he gets a flat 10 anyways.
Yeah.
At worst, he has an 11.
Here, let me, just for the meme.
Watch, he's got a 20.
Alright, see, 10.
Playing Snake is so anxiety-inducing. Why did I do this?
You have only yourself to blame, I'm afraid.
I do.
Snake, that takes me back to the 90s.
It's back to my phone.
Oh, I bumped into a wall. But I got 35.
Are we all back?
I think so?
Yeah, I am.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Alright, let me check
Is
the music.
Ninja back?
He's back.
Okay.
Is Cursey back? I'm kidding. That's mean.
I know Brendan is in front.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any particular formation there? Like, after? I will say, Kirsty / Anushka is going. All right, you didn't slip out this time, bitch.
We can't have a TPK and just have her be the only survivor because she was sick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Silas is gonna ride beside Oriana. So wherever Oriana is, Silas will be beside her.
Oh, isn't that kind? I was gonna go
Fine,
a
sure.
bit off to. I was gonna go a bit off to the side as like a kind of left flanking kind of thing.
All right, so you two are on the same horse then.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Brendan is leading, I'll be up front with Brendan.
So you two are on
No,
front
I'll
horse.
Oh shit! Right. Yeah.
go slightly behind them.
Roger. And
No.
Anushka and Deet, I assume, are on the last horse then.
Yeah.
Since Kirsty has second-class citizenship for today's session,
And also-
Dorky, where do you want to position the horse? Basically, front, back, middle, left, right, so on.
Middle.
Middle it is, shall be. So I have basically not a straight column, but front will be Brendan and Sajar. I'm gonna say off to left, slightly cantered left, will be Redane. Behind him, more centered, shall be Anushka and Deet, and then off a detour, perpendicular right, will be. What are you laughing at?
Detour.
Detour.
Oh. Anyways, Oriana and Silas will be off to the
So
right.
we're over there, ignoring everyone.
Yeah.
You broke
we
a
don't need-
spirit. Shame on y'all.
We shan't be needing that sled anymore.
Oh,
To the title page!
We might need it.
we haven't been here for a minute.
We haven't been here for a minute. I have nothing else. I can just steal you guys from the previous page. If we need it. So, as you guys are traveling, can all of you make me perception checks? If you have dark vision, in any way, shape, or form, you get advantage.
And if you don't, well, stop being blind.
If you don't, then you're shit out of luck.
Does blind sense affect? No. I am not within range for guidance, so let me take that.
I'll say for the purpose of this, you guys are relatively close to each other for that.
All right. Let me
Ooh!
just take that. Can we
Oh,
get
that's a D4. That's a D4. That's a D4. Oh, that's a D4.
Yeah, it's guidance. I'm alright
okay.
with that. She rolled
Okay.
a 15.
God.
Yeah.
All right. So Silas and Oriana are just fucking blind up in the corner.
Yes, exactly the people you want to be blind, the flankers.
Got a 10 and like a 12.
I am hyper focused.
I could
I
use
think
inspiration, but I don't know if I
think
want
that
to.
makes perfect sense for the character.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have done a bardic.
Do I know?
Oh look, we're going to the most twinsiest place we've seen so far. Hyper focus.
As you guys are closing the distance on the Outrider steeds, again, it's a bit more than a mile out, at least by June's insectoid approximation. You guys close the distance riding through the night. In this case, it is certainly not about stealth, as riding hard is quite loud compared to walking. And also, tracks in the dark are a bit harder to see, but not against things that go bump in the dark. So what maybe matter not, who knows. You guys press forward in hurried manner.
Turns out a 2,000-pound animal with keratinous feet make a lot of noise when they're running fast.
I know, right? And then there's a guy
Shit.
with coconuts off to the side making the sound effects for you.
Although,
Anyways,
super aside, I hate to derail, but do you know why goats can climb so good?
Why?
they got the hoos room.
Because their hoofs are actually soft on most of the bottom part.
Soft.
What?
So you
Yeah,
can't
so instead of being like hard like a cow or a like a llama or something, they have actually a lot of soft. Actually, I think llamas are soft too. But goats, yeah, they're pliable to the rock, so they can freaking scale like parkour artists or something. It's pretty crazy.
better grip.
Kind of hate that.
Detour side. That is good info, though. I'll keep it in my notes. You guys been closing in on the place, and from the looks of it, Only 2 of you succeed. You guys suck.
God, we're two of them, and one of them is like the fucking familiar, and that's about.
Well, 3. I'm gonna include Deed in there if we're including familiars. Brendan and Ore, you're basically coalesced into one successful skill check. And Deet,
Yeah.
as you guys begin getting closer and closer, the objects of this trampled ground begin becoming more and more clear to you guys. They look to be, well, it's a lot of different things, to be honest. Blades embedded in the ground, spear shafts, arrows, craters. Well, not craters, why did I say craters? Shells. There you go. It's because of artillery shell and craters. I'm just fucking stupid. So on and so forth. Munitions. Rusted pieces of armor. The exposed bone here and there. Bodies. Not recent. Quite clearly. From how much rust there is, how degraded the weaponry is. Not recent. But don't worry. It's all still aglow in this sort of illuminated mist. Sort of equivalent to if you took like an aurora borealis and put it on the ground and took away all the color, making it, again, like a pure white. You guys look around, the two of you having apparently the best vision amongst your myriad. And you don't see anyone. Anything. It is quiet, tranquil ground at the moment. It is rather ominous, though.
Can I recast Detect Magic
Certainly.
and just have a peek at what auras are going around apart from the Aurora Borealis? And my pet aura, alright? Familiar?
There's not a particular school of magic or anything. There is definitely a distinct magical energy here, though. I would say if you had to tie a school to it, it'd be abjuration. If you had to, but that would be like...
It's the normal fable shit that I'm used to seeing from the twins. That type of weird wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just magical energy as opposed to spellcasting, which is focused magical energy.
Ambient instead of directed.
Bingo. Exactly. You guys get right up to the place. Right to the edge where the grass just sort of fades. Not that like it stops, like it instantly fades away like someone sprayed a certain part of this with fluoricide or anything like that. No, the grass just eventually gradients into nothingness as you guys get closer and closer. Kirsty, congratulations. You're now being used as a narrative device. Anushka can detail that this is what happens when grass gets trampled on a lot. From, well, travel, encampments, stuff like that. You guys get right up to this place with no egress upon you and your lives.
Brendan's gonna stand at the border and go, well, what do you guys think? Should I enter? I mean, I'm going to enter. I'm just asking for permission, and so that it's not on my conscience, it's on yours instead.
Well,
At least you're asking.
Or are you going to stay out here?
This place
Unless
makes
you're
me feel
some kind of
funny.
heretic, you have nothing to fear.
This place
Yeah,
makes me
I
feel
don't see
funny.
anyone.
Hey, what type of funny?
She like pouts, like stiffs her bottom lip. Like buoyed.
Empty? As if it's sucking in power instead of releasing it?
I don't know.
I mean,
I think it's releasing it.
Do you think it's going to be safe?
I don't know.
Um,
Can I stay out here?
yeah, I'm gonna make you stay out here. Just in case, I'm gonna do this, and Brendan pulls down his hood for the first time that you've all seen, and you can see the full crown of thorns that reaches all the way back from his temple and reaches over his ears and back down to where the base of his skull would meet the top of his neck, so towards the middle of the back of his head, and
Yeah,
also
like
digs
spinal
in
column
there.
again.
Yeah, and it comes out there, and then also goes into where his temples are. And he reaches up
Not
and
a heretic.
breaks the top off one of them and hands it to whoever's closest.
It would probably be Sajar.
Probably Sajar, yeah, he's riding with you.
Yeah, just hands it to you. Hold on to this, just in case.
Okay.
And don't chuck it in the area with me. Yeah. Right. It'll be fine. And he's gonna turn around and gingerly step in to over the border.
You very deliberately and cautiously step into the clear. Oh, I say clear. The sodden ground at this point. You feel, for you in particular, a feeling you have not really felt much, if ever, before. A feeling of protection.
He's gonna gingerly step further towards the center. And like the closer he gets, the longer he's gonna take to step, as he just sort of waits to see if anything changes. Steps a bit closer, waits a bit longer, steps a bit closer.
Roll me either your choice of perception or arcana.
Arcana, it's better by 1.
Fair enough.
Wow.
This is, as I said, unprecedented and
Can I use my
overwhelming.
inspiration on it?
Sure.
See.
And before he rolls worse. Yeah, it's a bit better. It's a bit better.
Yeah, I used the last roll and added 2 to it, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. The place does seem to grow more vibrant as you begin going deeper and deeper into it. That feeling of protection lingers upon you as you go deeper, neither strengthening nor weakening as you get closer to the center.
Do I see the items or objects that Deep mentioned?
You see them all. Broken blades, shattered axe heads, the shafts of spears embedded or sticking out of the ground, desiccated bodies and corpses, bones aplenty.
Just sort of armor and weapons and things soldiers would carry. Nothing other than that type of thing. There's no books, no books, orbs, objects, gems, that type of thing. Something that stands out from just armor and weapons.
Roll me investigation.
I can do that one, he says confidently. Yay, I can do that one.
You begin looking around, trying to find anything different. You don't find any parchments or papers, such as they would be gone through time and wear and weather. You do find a banner. A tattered, ruined, deep blue with white trimming banner. It has an icon upon it. You aren't a provincial or anything of the sort in terms of knowing its heraldries and sigildries and military iconographies.
Very much doubt I would recognize it.
Mm-mm.
I'm guessing this place just for reference, this place sort of looks like Stonehenge, but the rocks are coming out of the ground towards the center. That's the kind of image I'm getting.
Well, it would look more equivalent to like Velen in Witcher 3. The battlescapes, post-battlescapes.
Okay.
There are rock formations, jagged part of the natural terrain here and there around, but
The predominant feature is the battle, or what is left of whatever tried to do stuff here. Okay.
correct.
Right, I'll pick up the banner. The heraldry. Just, yeah. Did any of you recognize this as I hold it up towards them.
How far away is he?
You are muted, Crash.
God fucking damn it. Thank you for pointing that out to me.
Less fully.
He would be about 50-some feet in at this point, maybe a bit more.
Can we see the banner clearly, or should I just head closer?
With the glowing mist around, not easily. You could try doing it from here, but you guys would be quote-unquote obscured.
At this point, I think Oriana's comfortable enough to just take the horse in and go look at it up close.
Okay. You trot in. You and Silas, because I assume Silas is still on the horse with you.
Silas is just watching the lights right now. They're
Okay.
paying attention, but they're watching the lights.
Ooh, fireflies.
To Oriana. You feel a very specific term. It is a real-life term. The term is Esprit du Corps. It is the term given for the unity, the brotherhood of soldiers. Battle bond, so to speak. You felt the feeling before, but this one is unprecedented. To Silas, you feel well-spirited. Not well-spirited in the sense of you're vigorous or you're healthy. Well-spirited in the sense of a moral goodness. You feel compassion, kindness, sympathy. It's hard to tell whether these feelings exude from you or are being embedded upon you guys, but you're feeling it. You guys close the distance towards Brendan.
Roll initiative. No.
You got up close. Roll me, if you want to examine it, roll me your history.
Would Silas be able to do that too, or no?
You have Jack of all trades, sure, why not?
Would I be able to roll background instead? Yeah, that's
You ain't from these neck of the woods, mate.
fair. I could still. Yes, tactical assessment. I love this. I love this feat. I love this thing so much. So I'm gonna add a d4 on that. Please be good, because I have +0 int. Okay.
You both got 19. Interesting.
The gods have decided 19.
This is a Hillandic banner. That much is clear. It's a very old Hillandic banner. The Hilllands these days are often demarcated in feature and stereotyped by the fort line they have. Man the walls, man the forts, man the town. A clear line in a zone in which no one shall pass. But back in the day, way, way back, the Hilllands tried to go north. Far more north than where they are now. They failed. This is a banner from that back then. Of a Hillandic military company that pressed north and was battered back and then down. Or what remains of them, I suppose. To the point where you're not sure if you recognize any particular naming of them. The Hilllands' military structure has changed a couple of times in the past in accordance to their different military stratagems. It is old.
We should not take anything from this place. That'd be very ill will for very, very old spirits. Vietnam. Is there any way to identify, like... I don't think there'd be a general here, but like a head of commands, if there is one, like, in this area?
Ooh. Roll me investigation. At disadvantage.
Insight. Fuck fucking hell, I think.
By the way,
It is-
Brendan, do you want me to stay out here with this your whatever this is?
Oh, hey. I mean, you can just
Don't stop.
as long as somebody
Stop
has
so hard.
it.
I can hold it.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Why don't you
Takes
have
it. It's like the size of like her lower arm, maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
I'll hand it over to Ori and I'll take a step inside.
You take a step inside, okay. You are blasted by a feeling quite familiar to you. The feeling of pride. Not vanity, mind you. Pride. A pride earned. A pride steeped in competency and capability. A pride laid unto you by heritage. Might not be of a draconic sort, like for you, but it is a long-lasting, time-honored, and traditional pride. An investigation. Oriana, as you dismount from the horse and begin looking around closer to the ground, trying to find anything that could demarcate this person was in charge. There's not many bodies exposed on the surface here and now. And those that are so clearly and heavily worn from centuries of weathering. You're unable to determine which, if any, if even present, a commanding officer. You find merely the hollow stairs of the dead.
Brandon's just gonna put the banner back down and continue heading towards the center.
At this point, you're basically at the center. The place isn't massive. It's not miles long.
Yeah.
Maybe 200 feet in diameter. And you keep going deeper and deeper, and eventually you're at quote-unquote... It's not like a perfect circle, right? It's where you approximate the center would be.
Okay. He'll try and clean a little spot and sit on the ground cross-legged. And start just trying to attune to the area, see what you can feel from it.
You begin brushing aside some loose bits of dirt, sediment, and stones. You take care not to pull out and toss aside any blades or anything. Just
he's trying not to disturb it, just make enough room for him to sit down. And he's a small lad. He can. Yeah.
You sit down cross-legged and begin trying to attune to the place. Roll me a... what would this be? Roll me a charisma check at disadvantage.
Charisma check at disadvantage.
Boy.
You do get guidance on it.
You can maybe hit double digits?
Maybe. I hope so.
Yeah, you have a 50-50.
Well,
Nope.
9.
This is not our session.
Just is Kasai? No, Kasai's not here.
No,
Does anyone have an inspiration they want to give me?
In my heart, yes.
Fresh out.
In my actuality, no.
I don't have an inspiration.
I have one to give you.
I don't have an inspiration to give you as onto your character, but I'll give you something different. With a 9.
Take 74 damage.
That's very specific on that. You try to focus and attune onto this place, but it does not connect. Figuratively, spiritually, and literally with you. There's just something different about the place. It is ambient, latent magical energy, yes, but it's almost as if it's being wielded. Wielded where? Held in possession.
As a wielder.
As a wielder, thank you. And whatever or whomever that may be, they do not focus upon you, but they do focus on some of your party members. that are inside the threshold.
Can I tell who?
Keenest of all would be Sajar and Oriana.
Like,
Not in any particular order.
it's all wibbly wobbly. It's like,
Yeah, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, magicy, wagicky.
yeah, it ebbs and flows as there you go. Yeah, okay. Brendan will wait a little bit, stand back up, and go. All right. Well, good news and bad news. Good news, it seems like it's all right. Bad news, it doesn't seem like it's my type of place of power, I guess. It's hard to describe, really. It's more of a force wielded by something, and that something doesn't rely with my, like, attune with my thing. It's sort of, there's different ways magic works, and this one isn't the way that mine does. I don't know where it really.
Oriana's
But,
nodding.
and he'll point to Oriana and he'll point to Sajar. It's like, you two seem like you could do it. I'm unsure, though. Really, it's the first time I've done this with other people, so I'm not... It's either worked or it hasn't. I haven't seen it work with other people before. But if you want, there's a spacey and you can try. I don't know what would come of it. Normally, it's pretty alright if you can attune to it.
As this is happening, let me just interject. As this is happening, Deet, Redane, and if Kersey is here, Anushka. Kersey, I just want to ask, would Anushka step in? That's all I want to ask from you. To Deet and Redane, I asked the same thing. Do you guys step in?
No, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. The three of you step
Are
in,
you
apparently
being
in simultaneous synchronous manner.
All at once.
Anushka, I'll start with you because you're the person that might go unconscious immediately.
Steps in.
From in real life, not in character.